While growing up, I was lectured about the person I am, the person I will be, the person I should be, and what I am. But as I grew older and interacted more with the world, I could not just find myself in all I've been lectured about myself. I could not just fit in. So eventually I asked myself some questions. I asked, who am I? I found out that I was no one. I asked again, who will I be? No one. Who should I be? No one. So I asked, what am I? I found out that I was just dust. Before you preach to me about inferiority complex and low self-esteem, hey, take few steps back and ask yourself this question: who are you? I guess no one. Born into this world was called a testimony, but not knowing what tomorrow holds was terrifying. And why I struggled to survive every single day is a test I have repeatedly failed. So shout out to all those who started this life's journey with so much zeal, but along the line had to end the deal of having those ideal dreams come real. From a child, I was taught discipline. So I was admired for being different. I was applauded for being uniquely unique and crowned for victories I actually worked my bones out for. But sometimes I ask myself, where is that grace of the Lord that surpasses all human understanding, that I had to go through all this just to scale through? And as often as I ask myself this question, I got a reply: training. So I asked, who trains a man in his most defenseless states? And he said, I do, but that's because I care for you and your cause. You care for me and my cause. Do you even know that I exist? And just as always, he kept quiet. You see, no one understands me, but actually putting a lot to understand everyone. Yes, I do, but no one understands me. No one even really cares. Eventually, I stopped caring for myself too, and my walls cracked, and I fell flat to the ground. And guess what? No one noticed. So I asked again, who am I? No one. Who will I be? No one. Who should I at least be? No one. So, what am I? Dust. I make this my reality and give myself up to wild imaginations. I held several council meetings in my head with me as the head of all wise elders. Oh, come on, don't look at me with those self-righteous looks. You are as well as guilty as charged. I just had to do something. I had to liberate myself. I had to do something. But something happened. Something happened on a day I am not supposed to be having any council meeting. Something happened, and on that day I heard a voice, and this voice crippled my whole body. This voice took my crown as the head of all wise elders. This voice compelled me to listen like a lamb. This voice said to me, this voice said, and I listened, greetings to you, highly favored one from the gracious Lord. I have said these things to you before, but you were not listening. Life is a cycle wired by time, unbreakable by tiny chances of life. And you, my dear, you are no chance. You are intentionally wired by a timeless Father. So no matter how the tiny chances of life hit you, you can never fall out of of my presence. But don't expect to have it all easy going. Don't expect to have it all easy going. Remember that you are righteous, and that the righteous lives by faith, and the faith gives substance to all those things you hope for, and stands as an evidence for you to receive those things you haven't seen even after praying. So I say this to you from my heart. Who are you? You are God's elect. Who will you be? God's holy nation. Who should you be? A peculiar person. So, what are you? You are the glory of God. Remember that all that belongs to the Father He has given to the Son, and all that belongs to the Son He has given unto you, and all that belongs to the Father belongs to you, and all that you are belongs to the Lord. I made this my reality and truth, conceived on love and delivered by faith. So I say this to you from the Father. Greetings to you, highly favored one from the gracious Lord. I have said these things to you before, but you were not listening. Life is a cycle wired by time, unbreakable by tiny chances of life, and you are no chance. You are intentionally made by a timeless Father. So no matter how the tiny chances of life hits you, you can never fall out of the presence of the Lord. For you are righteous. You are a complete cycle that completes God's creation. But do not expect to have it all easy going. Don't. Remember that faith gives substance to all those things you hope for, and stand as an evidence for you to receive those things you haven't seen even after praying. So I say this to you from the Lord. Who are you? You are God's elect. Who will you be? God's holy nation. Who should you be? A peculiar person. So what are you? You are the glory of the Lord. Remember that all that belongs to the Father belongs to you, and all that you are belongs to the Lord. I asked myself those questions and searched for myself in places that I will never be found. But now I know better that I am the glory of the Lord. Selah.